Hey everyone, Eric Watson here, freelance writer, player of games, writer of words, recorder of videos, and tabletop role-playing aficionado. Welcome to a special year-end edition of my DMs Guild reviews. With this video, I'm going to highlight my 10 favorite DMs Guild products I reviewed in 2019. If you enjoy my videos, consider using my affiliate links for your DMs Guild shopping and supporting me via patreon.com/roguewatson. Shoutouts to my platinum patrons, Andrew, Richard, Joe, Will, Tiny Dancer, Nick, and Rodney, and gold patrons, RPG Papercrafts, Charming Grenade, Pretty Boy and Yuma, Marcos de Vicente, Gilberto, Sean A.K., Cert to be Ad, Dead Lizard Lounge, Sam, and Arash. Thank you all very much for your support. Now, I'm making an important distinction with best products I reviewed and not best of the year. It's entirely possible some of these didn't technically release in 2019, although I believe most of them did. I am now inundated with review requests, which is a wonderful problem to have, but it's not fair to some folks to miss the list because I didn't get to them in time. At the same time, I'm only including products that I reviewed this year, as there are still tons of wonderful DMs Guild content out there that I didn't cover, so this is not a comprehensive best of list. If you're thinking to yourself, I can't believe so-and-so isn't on this list, there's an excellent chance that I have not reviewed it. That being said, I did review over 50 DMs Guild products in 2019. A year which also saw the release of Ghosts of Saltmarsh in the summer and Descent into Avernus in the fall, which inspired many of this year's themes and content. So here are my top 10 favorite DMs Guild products I reviewed in 2019, starting with number 10. Number 10 is the Lonely Scroll Adventure Contest Saltmarsh, curated by MT Black. I reviewed it in December, and my verdict was: the Lonely Scrolls Adventure Contest features nearly 50 one-page adventures for Saltmarsh, so showcasing many veteran new designers with an interesting limitation. So designing an entire adventure within a single page and a single setting or theme is a very intriguing idea. Including over 40 submissions means a ton of variety, from heavy role-playing social horror to battleship-like war games to traditional dungeon crawls. I can guarantee you won't like everything here, but you will love at least some of it, making it a more than worthy resource for Saltmarsh DMs. My number 10, the Lonely Scroll Adventure Contest for Saltmarsh. Number 9 is the Shanty of Boldbeard's Pride, designed by Jimmy Merritt. I reviewed it in October. My verdict was: the Shanty of Boldbeard's Pride begins with a game of Liar's Dice and ends with a mutiny in the Sunless Sea and a dungeon excursion that would make the Goonies proud. Boldbeard's Pride lovingly pulls from several piratical references to craft a fun and thematically satisfying nautical mini-adventure in the Dark Lake, including a monstrous rival pirate crew and a treasure hunt with a potentially friendly giant named Sloth. It's a solid side quest for both Out of the Abyss and Ghosts of Saltmarsh. My number 9, the Shanty of Boldbeard's Pride. My number 8 is Down Came a Blackbird, designed by Stacey Allen. Reviewed it in August. My verdict was: Down Came a Blackbird cleverly adapts a classic film idea into D&D, featuring a conniving sea hag, a violent periton, and multiple murders of crows. The birds as a D&D adventure is a really neat idea and fits in perfectly in Saltmarsh. There's a good balance of role-playing, combat, and exploration as the party examines bodies, talks to townsfolk, and fends off violent attacks before confronting a sea hag in a memorable whale carcass lair. A very well-organized adventure. My number 8, Down Came a Blackbird. Number 7 on my list is The Wizard of Zoe, designed by JVC Perry. I reviewed it in January, and my verdict was: The Wizard of Zoe has a nice blend of combat, role-playing, and exploration, and does a great job utilizing fun references while still providing an original and enjoyable D&D dungeon crawl. Yes, it's yet another adventure that delightfully steals from pop culture source material, but The Wizard of Zoe scores huge points for brilliantly putting a D&D twist on the classic story. Turning Dorothy into a beleaguered lieutenant in a jungle camp, the wizard is an awakened Zorbo, and the Yellow Brick Road is a death trap-filled dungeon crawl where you'll find helmed horrors yearning for hearts, cackling scarecrows, and cowardly lion statues. And you don't want to run into Toto. It's hilarious, it's clever, it's a well-designed adventure. My number 7, The Wizard of Zoe. Number 6 is Ishivar's Guide to Curses, designed by Matej Budimir. Reviewed in November. My verdict was: gorgeous artwork and a professional layout make this excellent collection of monstrous player races and subclasses impossible to pass up. I review a lot of player options and race and class books, and Ishivar's was far and away the most impressive. 5 monstrous races, 4 subclasses, and 2 new backgrounds, all themed around sinister or traditionally evil creatures and concepts. Ishivar's also features an incredibly attractive professional layout that could easily be mistaken for an official Wizards of the Coast rulebook. My number 6, Ishivar's Guide to Curses. My number 5 is Artifacts of the Guild, compiled by Terry Herc with 50 plus DM's Guild collaborators and contributors. I reviewed it in June. My verdict: with over 250 magic items from many of the best DM's Guild creators, Artifacts of the Guild may be the last magic item compendium you ever have to buy. Despite seeing lots of excellent magic item products, I still stand by those words. Artifacts of the Guild is a huge collection of magic items, offering a wide variety from jokey gag items all the way up to legendary artifacts with paragraphs and paragraphs of deep, interesting lore. Everyone can use more magic items, and there really is something for everyone here. My number 5, Artifacts of the Guild. My number 4 is Hellbound Heists, designed by Brian Holmes, Chad Lynch, Christian Eichhorn, Steve Jasper Orr, John Parker, Josef van Egmond, Justice Armand, Ryan Langer, and Xavier Bates. Reviewed it in October. My verdict was 9 Layers of Hell bequeath 9 excellent, highly detailed adventures for mid to high level parties in Hellbound Heists. I love that each adventure here is tied to a specific layer of hell, from Avernus down to Nessus, utilizing the unique lore, denizens, and topography of each region to craft a variety of heist-style missions, from dropping into a demonic archive building Mission Impossible style to recovering a deadly weapon on a speeding train filled with demons. While I did enjoy some more than others, out of all 9 adventures, there wasn't a single one that I wasn't impressed with. My number 4, Hellbound Heists. Number 3, Secrets of the Blind Palace, designed by Tal Aviezer, reviewed in April. My verdict: Secrets of the Blind Palace is a fantastic haunted mansion adventure with a compelling hook, interesting NPCs, and memorable events. The highest praise I can give an adventure is to literally run it myself, which I did as a one-shot Halloween special earlier this year. Secrets of the Blind Palace is the perfect one-shot dungeon crawl, mixing a fun story, integral NPCs, and the perfect balance of exploration, role-playing, and combat. Multiple endings can result from the choices the PCs make, making for a very memorable excursion. Number 3, Secrets of the Blind Palace. Number 2 is Cormyr, Land of the Purple Dragon, designed by Matthew Lee Myers. I reviewed it in October. My verdict was, featuring over 200 pages of detailed history, culture, encounters, and new player character options, Cormyr, Land of the Purple Dragon has everything you need for a Cormyrian campaign. Now, I'm not normally big on lore books, especially black and white only lore books, but Cormyr's content, organization, and detail are staggering, including new subclasses, feats, races, and backgrounds, all tied to the Forgotten Realms region. With over 70 encounters for every level of play and a fun new social encounter system, it's a must-have for DMs exploring the more forgotten reaches of the Forgotten Realms. Damn, that's a good hook. I should put that in the verdict. Number 2, Cormyr, Land of the Purple Dragon. My number 1. Do we have any guesses? My favorite product I've reviewed in 2019 is Call from the Deep, designed by JVC Perry. I reviewed it in July. My verdict: with over 250 pages of well-written, swashbuckling, dungeon-delving, town-saving adventure throughout the Sea of Swords and the Sword Coast, Call from the Deep easily stands shoulder to shoulder with the officially published 5th edition adventures. There's a huge amount of content, including new maps, monsters, magic items, and ship rules, the excellent nautical theme setting, and intriguing story involving an Illithid invasion of the sea. Call from the Deep is basically an extra campaign book, as if it were designed directly by Wizards of the Coast, and I mean that in the highest praise possible. Call from the Deep is my number 1 reviewed DM's Guild product of 2019. Also want to give honorable mentions to some products that I did enjoy, just didn't quite make my top 10 list. Books and Libraries, The City of Eyes, Hallister's Hoard, Handful of Heists, and Notice Board, 42 Quests for Waterdeep and Skullport. If you enjoy my videos, consider using my affiliate links for your DM's Guild shopping and supporting me via patreon.com/RogueWatson. If you'd like me to review your DM's Guild product, you can reach out to me via email, Facebook, or Twitter, or fill out my form at RogueWatson.com. You can also chat with me and fans of the channel in our Discord server. I hope everyone has a wonderful new year, and I will see you all next year with even more DM's Guild reviews.